What are we gonna do tonight, OCG?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertram. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / buck totem Bertram. Say hello, Bertram.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is our review for Final Fantasy X2 HD Remaster. So, dear viewer, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Final Fantasy X2, which sounds like the second collection of hot scenes featuring your favorite Final Fantasy characters, was released in 2003. A year I remember fondly as the year I made a collection of hot scenes featuring your favorite Final Fantasy characters and released it to the public via the black market.
Oh, who do you think is the most attractive Final Fantasy character?
Probably Cloud, but only in the remake. And only when he's dressed up as a girl. Ooh la la! Ha ha! Anyway.
What is this?
I'm so glad you asked, Barry Burton. Final Fantasy X2 is a direct sequel to Final Fantasy X, which sounds like the first collection of hot scenes featuring your favorite Final Fantasy characters. But how does Final Fantasy X2 compare to Final Fantasy X? Well, let's review the bloody game and find out. So, story. Yuna, the summoner Totty from Final Fantasy X, searches for Tidus, the hero Totty from the previous game, all the while trying to stop a new threat to Spira. To do this, she, apparently, starts a band and teams up with Rikku, the Albed bit of Totty from the last game, and a new character, Paine, who is, you guessed it, also a bit of Totty.
But nothing like Cloud dressed as a girl, am I right?
You don't know how right you are, sir.
Isn't this game aimed at girls who don't usually play games like Final Fantasy?
Oh, no worries there, Bertram. I am wearing women's underwear, so I'm allowed to play this game.
Oh!
And I should have said before, dear viewers, but this is the HD Remaster of Final Fantasy X2 I am masturbating to. I mean, reviewing today. Haha. So, gameplay. This is once again a turn-based RPG. But what's different this time is you can change your character's class mid-battle. So for example, you can go from a warrior to a berserker to a pawn star, all within the same battle. And depending on what class you have equipped, will determine what attacks you can use. Haha.
Oh, sounds complicated.
Did you know, Bertram, that this game inspired Avril Lavigne to write the song Complicated?
Really?
No, not really. Final Fantasy X2 also has a mission-type structure and some very, very light platforming and puzzle solving. There's also some rather catchy musical numbers, including an amazing one that just so happens to play over my favorite part of the game. A big FMV cutscene that links Yuna's love story with someone else's. You know what part I'm talking about if you played the game before. Speaking of which, yes, I recommend this game. It's a little light on story, but it's very good and very funny at times. Ha 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 ha.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, sorry, Bertram, I was just thinking about one of the funny bits in the game. Not to mention all the tawty I was talking about earlier.
Oh, but sadly no Cloud dressed as a girl.
It's alright, Bertram. He's coming round for dinner later. Ha ha! Tonight's the night, Bertram. I can feel it in my penis. Anyway, Final Fantasy X-2 is splendid. And if you're a Final Fantasy X fan or a Final Fantasy fan in general, well, you've probably already played it, but if you dismissed this as a girly game back when it was released, maybe give it a try. Your erection and or wetness will thank you. Haha. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My review for Final Fantasy X-2. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.